Welcome to Great Adventures RV News Roundup for the month of July 2026. I'm Mark Guido. A powerful storm struck Nebraska's popular Lake McConaughey camping areas on June 30th, destroying numerous campers camped on the beach in anticipation of the July 4th holiday. The severe overnight storm that produced destructive winds and heavy rainfall caused widespread damage to campgrounds and recreational areas and scattered power outages around Nebraska's largest reservoir. Emergency responders were dispatched to the scene at approximately 10:38 p.m. on Tuesday, June 30th, after reports that multiple campers had overturned near Beach Area 5 during the severe weather event. Keith County EMS coordinated a multi-agency response alongside local volunteer fire departments. They have confirmed that 8 people were treated at the scene for minor injuries and none were transported. A resident on the south side of Lake McConaughey near Ogallala Beach reported wind gusts exceeding 80 miles per hour during the storm and 1.17 inches of rainfall. The following morning, Nebraska Game and Parks Commission worked to clear fallen tree limbs and storm debris from campgrounds, beaches, roadways, and public day use areas. The storm also caused shoreline erosion and shifted several boat docks. And that's not the only storm-related camping story this month. Pam Landis, age 45, and her son Andre, age 11, of St. Thomas, Pennsylvania, were both killed by a falling tree when a severe storm struck Mountain Creek Campground in Gardners, Cumberland County, on the 4th of July, according to the Pennsylvania State Police. Central Pennsylvania's Patriot News reported that the mother and son were taking shelter under a pop-up canopy at their campsite on the 106-site campground. However, when the storm became too intense, they attempted to retreat to the security of their vehicles. When the tree limb came down, both were pronounced dead at the scene. A number of RVs, vehicles, and even cabins at the campground sustained extensive damage. The National Weather Service recorded wind speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour in the surrounding area. The Pennsylvania Campground Owners Association has announced that a GoFundMe campaign has been launched on behalf of the Landis family. As of this filming, the campaign has raised over $86,000. Pam Landis is survived by her husband and 2 daughters, among other family members. Now, in happier news, heads up Boondockers! There's a new AI-powered app and website that's just launched to help find legal dispersed campsites for you and your rig. We've been beta testing WildRoute AI throughout its development, and we believe that it has terrific potential. Using plain language, you tell WildRoute AI what you're looking for, where you're looking for it, and the size of your RV. WildRoute then uses AI to pore over public land maps, satellite imagery, user-submitted photos and site descriptions, and more, all the while cross-referencing the results with road closures, wildfire and emergency closures, tree cover, your road tolerance, and more to find free boondocking sites sized to fit your rig. The developer of WildRoute AI is a fellow Utahn and has been very receptive to feedback, suggestions, recommendations, and criticisms. Enhancements to the system have been coming at a furious pace, and you can learn more by visiting wildroute.ai. After a month and a half of gradually decreasing fuel prices, instability in Iran has caused prices at the pump to rise again, according to the latest AAA survey. AAA reports that the national price for a gallon of unleaded gasoline began to rise in early July, but at the time of this filming, still remain well below the $4.56 per gallon when national prices peaked on May 21st. For those traveling on a budget, the lowest gasoline prices in the U.S. are in the nation's heartland, with Indiana, Oklahoma, Texas, and Mississippi leading the way. Meanwhile, data from the Energy Information Administration pointed to a decrease in gasoline demand from 9.13 million barrels per day to 8.84 million. Total domestic gasoline supply decreased from 214 million barrels to 212.1 million barrels, following a decrease in gasoline production to 9.7 million barrels per day. The RV industry experienced a 19.04% year-over-year decline in new RV registrations in May 2026, according to a new report issued by Statistical Surveys, Inc. This marked the 9th month in a row for year-over-year decrease in retail registrations, and 17 out of the past 19 months, dating back to October 2024. Only June and July of last year saw an increase in RV retail registrations. All RV categories showed a decline, including towable travel trailers and fifth wheels, and Class A, B, and C motorhomes. The on-again, off-again merger between RV component suppliers Lippert and Patrick Industries is back on again. Both companies confirmed the all-stock deal in a joint press release issued on June 29th. Founded in 1959 by Mervyn D. Long, Patrick accounts for some 85 brands, has 10,000 U.S. employees, and is traded on the NASDAQ Global Market Exchange. Lippert, or LCI, has 12,000 employees across more than 140 facilities in North America, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. The merger involves combined revenues exceeding $8 billion. Patrick Industries shareholders will hold 52% of the company, with LCI shareholders accounting for 48%. The merger is expected to close in the first half of 2027, subject to the approval of shareholders from both companies. We'll have much more RV news for you right after we pause for a moment for a brief message from our valued video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. Improve your sleep while camping with a new RV mattress from our video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. They offer 4 different mattress constructions in 21 different sizes, depending on preference and price point. Everything from standard queen to all of those funky, odd RV sizes. Brooklyn Bedding manufactures all of its mattresses right at their factory in Arizona. And RVmattress.com ships them right to your door for free, all rolled up and compressed in a vacuum seal. Just cut the wrap to unroll the mattress onto your bed, then cut the vacuum seal. For our mattress, Brooklyn Bedding starts with a layer of high-density foam for a supported base. Just above the base, an 8-inch core of over 1,000 individually encased coils provides the essential support. Immediately above the coils is a 1-inch layer of memory foam and 2-inch layer of hyper-elastic TitanFlex foam. Finally, at the very top is a 1.5-inch layer of antimicrobial CopperFlex foam with TitanCool, which is designed to maintain an ideal sleep body temperature of 88 degrees. Every RV mattress from Brooklyn Bedding comes with a limited lifetime warranty and a 120-night sleep trial. Visit RVmattress.com/grandadventure and use code GRANDADVENTURE to get a full 30% off your entire order. Blue Compass RV has announced the grand opening of 2 new dealerships, a new flagship RV dealership in Franklin, Kentucky, and Airstream of Virginia. The company's new flagship dealership in Franklin, Kentucky is located right on I-65 on the Tennessee border north of Nashville. The brand new, state-of-the-art facility features 18,000 square feet of interior space, 12 service bays, and parking on site for 237 RVs. Located in Woodford, Virginia, Airstream of Virginia is Blue Compass RV's 14th Airstream store and 7th dedicated Airstream dealership. It has already achieved the prestigious 5-rivet status. Online campsite directory The Dirt has found that 3 out of 5 RVers, 59.8%, camped for free at least once last year. These statistics are from the 2026 camping report presented by Toyota Trucks, which is compiled from the results of surveys conducted with thousands of members of the Dirt community, a representative sample of U.S. residents, and camping property managers across all 50 states. The Dirt CEO, Kevin Long, points out that national forests, BLM lands, free overnight parking, and even free campgrounds provide extensive opportunities to camp without pulling out your wallet. From the survey results of the campers who camped for free last year, 79.1% went dispersed camping or boondocking, while 73.6%, mainly RVers and van lifers, spent a night at a rest stop or parking lot. Almost 2/3 found a spot at a free established campground. For those who, like us, have crossed the US-Canada border with their RV, Starlink has just announced a change in policy that will enable easier travel between the two countries. Starlink this month updated its terms of service to treat the US and Canada as one region. American and Canadian users of Starlink's roam plans will no longer be time limited in the adjacent country, which required upgrading to a priority plan, localizing your account to the new country, or returning to your home country to reset the 30-day window. The US and Canada are now treated by Starlink as one country, so travel between them is no longer counted as international and is no longer time limited. You're also no longer required to complete a travel registration with Starlink to travel between the US and Canada. RV component manufacturer Dometic blames challenging market conditions and weaker consumer confidence, particularly in the US, for a 5% drop in net sales in second quarter 2026. The company pointed to double-digit declines in recreational vehicle production in the US, alongside declines in boat registrations in the mid-single digits, as factors outside the scope of their control that affected sales results. Despite the drop, the company's marine and mobile cooling segments both demonstrated organic growth. In an effort to improve results, the company is continuing to implement its global restructuring strategy, and in the US launched a major US media campaign, showcasing their product portfolio to key media and social media content creators. Meanwhile, Dometic has introduced its Electric Water Heater Essential, an all-electric RV water heater designed to simplify RV systems and promote more flexible builds by eliminating propane plumbing and combustion hardware. The new water heater operates solely on campground shore power. No exterior wall cutout, vent, or access door is required. A 6-gallon aluminum tank resists mineral buildup and eliminates the need for an anode rod. An opinion piece that appeared in the Washington Post this month presumes that towable electric RVs are on the threshold of taking over the market. Pointing to EV RV startups like Lightship and Pebble, the article's author, Washington Post climate coach, advice columnist Michael J. Corin, believes that battery-powered, self-propelled travel trailers are the wave of the future. Corin presumes that towing fuel economy and replacing what he calls the era of vibrating generators and hissing propane tanks with more climate-friendly electric options will beckon buyers. Apparently, these buyers aren't boondockers. Go RVing shifted its strategy a bit last month, hosting outdoor content creators instead of traditional print and broadcast journalists. The organization invited 10 outdoor influencers with a combined audience of 4.1 million to Sun Outdoors Rocky Mountain in Granby, Colorado, to experience for the first time the RV lifestyle. The move was consistent with Go RVing's goal to introduce more people to RVing who had not previously enjoyed it, as the social media influencers invited had no previous experience in an RV. Instead, they were called from platforms involving hiking, backpacking, fly fishing, rock climbing, fire building, and backcountry adventure. Organizers wanted to demonstrate that RVs can serve as a comfortable base camp for outdoor adventures. Throughout the 3-day event, creators participated in outdoor activities during the day and then returned in the evening to a campground setting designed to promote RV comfort and community. Attendees were reportedly surprised by the comfort and amenities that an RV can provide, and were also surprised by the affordability of entry-level units. Finally, a recent article that appeared in Kiplinger's asserts that retirees will regret pursuing the RV life. They argue that dumping your black tank, the price of fuel, rising campground prices, receiving mail, unreliable internet, getting your prescriptions filled, and even receiving a package via Amazon are all reasons why retirees might want to skip RVing. Other reasons mentioned include RVs cost money. So does updating the interior decor. You'll need insurance. RVs depreciate. Square footage is small. RVs aren't easy to drive. And you'll have to get rid of much of your stuff. But stop for a second. Is any of this really news to anyone? The vast majority of RVers, even full-timers like us who aren't yet retired, know what we're getting into. We value the freedom, the opportunity, and the ability to see our great nation and beyond on our own terms. We knew the sacrifices that we'd have to make, and we accepted them willingly with enthusiasm. Speaking only for ourselves, we wouldn't trade this lifestyle for the world. We hope that you've enjoyed catching up on the RV world with us for July 2026. Coming up next week, we're going to bring you to Birds Hill Provincial Park, right outside of Winnipeg, Manitoba. So if you're not yet a grand adventurer yourself, there is no better time than right now for you to go smash that little subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure, which we premiere right here every Wednesday evening. We'd also be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. But if you enjoyed this quick RV news update, please be sure to give us a huge thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, that's where you'll find the comment section where we'd love to hear from you each and every week. So until next Wednesday, from outside Winnipeg, Manitoba, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.